Hi, it's Steve. Today we'd like to show you how to change the fine filter assembly on your dishwasher. It's a really easy job. All we're going to need is a 1/4-inch nut driver and maybe a small flat blade screwdriver. Let me show you how we do it. Now before we begin this repair, the first thing we'll need to do is to disconnect power to the dishwasher. So locate the electrical panel, turn off the appropriate breaker or remove the appropriate fuse. And then we can open up the dishwasher door and start the repair. We'll begin by removing the lower dish rack and we'll set that aside. We'll next lift up on that lower spray arm, raise it up as far as it will go, and then turn counterclockwise just about a 1/4 of a turn, and that will release it, and we can set that aside. Now with the lower spray arm removed, we'll next need to remove this nut. You'll see that there is a little locking tab that will come up against that stop if we try to turn that counterclockwise. There's also another one diagonally opposite at the back. Now you can try to lift that up with a small flat blade screwdriver. Just gently pry up on it as you're turning it counterclockwise to lift it over that stop, but chances are it's quite brittle. It'll probably break off, which is not a big concern because there are typically 4 of them on this piece and you really only need 2. But you may wish to have a replacement one of these as well. You note that there are 4 tabs on that nut, but only the 2 slots on the filter. That way if you break 2 of them off, you just rotate it a 1/4 of a turn and still be able to reuse it. We can next just lift that fine filter away from the bottom. There's a little spout that fits into an opening on that little drain filter at the back, and then just replace it with the new one. Just line up the new one, make sure that we insert that into that opening, center it, press it down firmly. So next we'll put the nut back in place. If you damaged the original, you'll have to put a new one of those on. You need to make sure that those little tabs are intact. So we're just going to line those up so it sits down flush. Then rotate it clockwise. Turn it far enough that those little tabs will engage. There's one in the front and one in the rear. Once they drop down into that little slot, then we can go ahead and put the lower spray arm back in. Simply center it, turn it clockwise and it'll drop into place. We can then put the lower dish rack in. Just slide it back in. We're now ready to reconnect the power and our repair is complete.